Reflect 5, Unit 6, Cause and Effect Connectors. These are the objectives of the lesson. By the end of this lesson, you will have a better understanding of how to use cause and effect connectors in your writing. You will also practice choosing the best connectors for given sentences. First of all, what are cause and effect connectors? Cause and effect connectors help us explain why something happens, the cause, and what happens because of it, the effect. The two most common cause and effect connectors are because and so. But in this lesson, we will look at other cause and effect connectors that we can use in our writing. So first, before we begin, let us look at some important definitions. These are reminders of definitions that will help us in this lesson. So, what is an independent clause? An independent clause is a complete thought that can stand alone as a sentence. For example, the birds migrated south. This is a complete sentence. Then we have the noun clause. What is a noun clause? A noun clause is a group of words that act as a noun in a sentence. For example, what she said was surprising. I can easily replace what she said with it, for example. It was surprising. I can replace it with the answer. The answer was surprising. So as we can see here, what she said is acting as a noun. Then we have prepositions and transitions. Now, prepositions are words, in this case, that show the relationship between a noun and other words. So they can introduce the reasons for various situations. So here we have because, which is, as we saw, a connector, but now we have of, so because of. This is an example of a connector being connected to a preposition, and the meaning is slightly different. Because of introduces the reason here. And then we have transition words, such as a result. These words introduce effects or results. So here are a list of cause connectors, because of, since, as, and due to, and result connectors that show results. Let's look at some sample sentences. Because it was raining, the match was postponed. As the economy improves, more jobs are being created. The soil was fertile. Consequently, the crops yielded a beautiful harvest. She missed the deadline, so she received a lower grade. Can you identify the independent clauses here? Now, let's look at these sentences. What are the sentences that can stand alone? The match was postponed is an independent clause. Notice here that the independent clauses can have their positions exchanged. So I could say, for example, the match was postponed because it was raining. If that is the case, I will remove the comma. Let's look at the next slide to see. So as you can see here, these are the independent clauses that are underlined. Now it's time for some practice. The sun was shining brightly. We decided to have a picnic in the park. Choose the best answer. Now it's time for some practice. The sun was shining brightly. We decided to have a picnic in the park. Choose the best answer.